Actor Tyrese Gibson had released a video speaking about what he's going through in the family court system. Now, I just want to give you a little backstory before I play this video. Tyrese has a daughter with his ex. And the overall story that happened with that is something happened with his daughter and he decided to discipline her. And when he disciplined her, told the mom about it. And because the mom is being very hateful, she wanted to accuse Tyrese of child abuse, ended up putting a restraining order on him and saying he can't see his child. He hasn't seen his child in 2 months. Now, before the court date, Tyrese has sent an airplane with a big banner in front of the girl's school saying that he loved her. The daughter was embarrassed by that, ran back into the school. He just said, I just wanted to just tell my daughter I love her. And, you know, we complain so much within the black community that, you know, these black men aren't around and deadbeat dads and all the other things that you complain about. But, you know, you have good dads out there, whether black, white or whatever, because this is not even a race issue I'm going to tell you about when it comes to this family court system. It's an everybody issue. And decent men are demonized, treated bad, humiliated. But I want you to watch this video of Tyrese. I want to cover a few points in it.
So I'm saying this to all of the fathers. You know, compassion is being able to understand the seat and the reality that someone else is sitting in. That's compassion. It's not about the seat that you're sitting in, the rock. It's about the seat that everybody's sitting in. You know? Look at this. Shayla, my first and only pregnancy. To this day. Well, I got another one on the way, but he's not here yet. Look at this. You take my one from me. I'm not gonna sit here and paint the picture of systematic racism. I'm just gonna say the uninvolved fathers has made it bad for the involved fathers because our voices are some way, somehow being drowned out. When the real fathers show up, when the real fathers that really love their kids and really are standing with their babies are there, because they're in the presence of so many fathers who may not care or being accused of not caring, they're not able to tell the difference between the good ones and the bad ones, between the criminals and the men of God, the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, the men that wake up every day, the men that wake up every day to focus on one thing. Don't take my baby, please. Don't take my baby. Don't take my baby. Oh, this is all I got. This is all I got. This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay? I've been away from my baby for 2 months. I just want my baby. I just want my baby. And no one's listening because no one's in the courtroom. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal, but I don't want nobody. Oh my God, am I doing something illegal by doing this video, or am I protected by the First Right Amendment or the amendment? Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God. Oh. my God. Oh my God. My Shayla. My Shayla. And ain't nobody showing up for me. I got all these millionaire friends. I got billionaire friends. I've been there for you. Why nobody's there for me? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. That's what I gotta do, baby. This is for you. This is for everybody, every man out there who's presented facts like me. Okay? I'm a married man. I've moved on with my life. I do not hate her mother. Because if I hate her mother, then that's saying a lot about how I feel about my own daughter. You can decide to make this about woman versus man. If that's the theme, that's going to be something that you come with. That's not what I don't hate you, Norma. I don't know why you hate me, but I don't hate you. But you just can't wake up on September 11th and just decide to accuse me of doing something that I didn't do. And I haven't been able to say anything. Oh my God, I never cry. Let me ask all my niggas out there. Let me ask my niggas that really know me. Listen to me. JJ, Siege Monstrosity. Who else? This is called, I learned a lot in court. Oh my God, this is called character. This is called a character check. Let me talk about character. Let me talk about my manager, Jerome Martin, who's really my father. I didn't have a father, but let me talk about my father, Jerome Martin. I love you, Jerome. What I know about my life and what I know about business and class and sophistication, and I know I'm not perfect. I know I piss people off all the time, but rather you you think of me and yet some of y'all are like, oh, he got the ugly cry face. I do got the ugly cry face. I'm sorry. Oh, he's got the ugly cry face. You motherfucking right. I look ugly when I cry because I'm crying for my baby. And if they doing this shit to me, if they taking my baby, or because she wakes up and decides on September 11th, this is what I feel like saying about Tyrese. Nobody wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations. Oh my God.
Before we start with the video, I want to reach out to our supporters and viewers to help us reach our 3,000 member goal on Patreon for a minimum of $2 or $5 a month. I want to thank every person who's helped us to try to meet that goal. Without you, the show would not be going on. Now, Tyrese had broke down in this video. Now, one thing you need to understand about a grown man. Grown men don't break down crying like that. Most of the time, we hold that in. But when it comes to our children, that is a soft spot for us. And that is the only way you can get us possibly in our emotions. And when you have women like his ex pulling stunts like that she's pulling, instead of talking with him, finding out what's going on, and then trying to handle it between each other, she runs to a lawyer. She runs to the court system and tries to get him to not see his children anymore. Now, we complain that when the children are out here thugging. We complain when the girls are out here acting like a wild hyena hood rat. And we always talk about where the parents, why they don't get their children, why they don't discipline their children in one sense. But then a lot of you, especially in the black community, you taking on the role of the Caucasian liberal. And now you saying the same things they say. And that's why our kids are just wilding out, crazy, doing the exact same things that we used to say back in the day. Say, oh, black kids don't do that kind of stuff. Now black kids are doing it in times 10 now. You can't control them. You don't know what to do with them. And that's just how it is now. And it's just sickening. Now, of course, when you discipline your children, it's a difference between discipline and child abuse. Two totally different things. Now, in the state of Texas, and I tell every parent this, know the law in your state. They have a thing called reasonable discipline. And just to be educated on that, I asked a police officer about it one time that I knew. And I said, what would get a parent arrested for discipline? And he explained to me, well, if you had got a belt and hit him once or maybe twice on the butt, that's fine. He said, but you can't be grabbing belts or sticks or objects and beating them all across the legs, the back, the chest. You can't be punching a kid. You can't be scratching a kid. You can't slap a kid. You can't push them down like all that, because usually it's going to get you some sort of charges. And he said, and we know the difference between discipline and abuse. That's usually, how it would go. So I said, okay. So I made sure to communicate that, especially to people in the state of Texas. You can discipline your children here. Some states you can't do that at all. And if you can't discipline your child, how is it okay for the police to tase your child, to punch your child in the face, to shoot your child dead in the street? That's okay if they do it or whatever. But you as a parent, you can't do nothing to your child that you take care of because you're afraid that you're going to go to jail. And you wonder why American society is so crazy and why this society every day is going to hell in a handbasket. It's because ignorant laws and ignorant people in this country that don't want parents to control their children, but want law enforcement to do it. And then law enforcement do it. They don't care about your kid. They'll throw your kid in jail for 30 and 40 years or they kill your kid. But I guess that's too much common sense that parents should control their children when they're getting out of hand. You see, Tyrese and what he's going through is a story for a lot of men in this country. He's there for his child. He's paying $13,000 a month in child support. What's wrong with what he's doing? What are you complaining for? But let me tell you something. It's Tyrese, if you see this, it's no amount of money you could pay a month that's going to satisfy that woman. I don't care how much you would pick your child up. It won't satisfy that woman, because when them women have it in for you and when they are vindictive, it's nothing you can do. They are going to try to find any opportunity to try to hurt and harm you. And Tyrese, I'm going to tell you where you really messed up at. You married that woman you married. She is obviously still mad that you're not with her. You're with the new lady, and you stated that you're about to have a child. Oh yeah. I mean, she is vindictive all the way around. And the goal is what she's trying to do, Tyrese, is she's trying to break you up with your wife and cause problems in your marriage. That's the ultimate goal, and hurt you at the same time with taking your child away from you or causing the state to not let you see your child. It's a play that happens all over America. Many men have broken down just like you. Some men don't have the means to fight like you possibly have the means to fight. Some men lose their mind. Look, you crying about it. Some men have even took their own lives on some of this stuff. I mean, I've covered stories over the years that's happened to send men over the edge. In this society, it's a great ramp up attack on heterosexual men. They don't want men to be men. They don't want men to be masculine. They don't want men to protect their family. They don't want men to do anything, but they find with men being emasculated. They find with men being told what to do. They find with men wearing dresses in rap videos. They're fine with men walking around with tight clothes on like they're females. And if you say something about it, something's wrong with you. You see where this society is going. So it's attacking men all over the place. And the family law courts are extremely biased against men. It is. It don't matter how great of a dad you are. It don't matter how wonderful you are paying your child support. The courts don't care about that. I've experienced that. They don't care. All they care about is their agenda. And their agenda is screw the dad, screw the dad. It's just that simple. I mean, you have to go through a whole act of Congress to even get custody of your child. And even if you're a rich guy like Tyrese, you still stuck in the same position that the rest of us are. Now, these females walk around talking about equality. Well, the court system runs off of extreme old school patriarchy, which says the man is the worker, he has all the money, the woman's weak, frail, and stay at home. That's the way the courts run. The courts don't even match that women are CEOs today, women making millions of dollars today. The courts are not even getting with that program. And that's what men need to fight against. Now, a lot of men fighting for different things. Why don't you fight for the rights of dads in this country? Why don't you fight for the rights of your children in this country? Because men are people too. Dads are people too. And their wives that married the dads, they suffer as well because they love their husband. They don't want to see their husband go through that heartache and pain. And yet you have the ex doing this. And some women, you know, they get upset. They want to get real feisty, and some of them want to swing because it's like you're attacking their husband and for the nothing really. So Tyrese mentioned his friends. Tyrese, in those moments, you would never have your friends around. Only people you will have around you is the people that's closest to you. Never look to your friends to bail you out of that situation. Some things in life you got to go through by yourself. And your spouse could be there with you and she can walk with you every step of the way, but something you still got to endure. And once you endure this, you're going to learn something. Now, this is the thing, Tyrese. You stated that your little girl is 10. You only got 8 more years to go to deal with her. After the 8 years, you're done, brother. You're done. Once you turn 18, the checks stop. You don't have to deal with her no more. You go on with your life. You can be with your daughter if you want to. If it gets that bad, it would hurt. But I'm just saying, fight, appeal, get multiple lawyers, do some investigation into her. Because, see, it sounds like to me, and I know exactly where you at, you don't want to go that route with her. But unfortunately, she's going to do this to you, Tyrese, then you're going to have to take it up a notch with her because she don't respect you. She don't care about your daughter being around you. She's slandering your name out here, saying that you're just such abusive man, and nobody ever heard anything about you beating up your child or doing anything like that. We haven't seen you with no mug shots all over the place. No, we haven't heard any of that. So I'm just saying is for Tyrese and also the men out there, just, you know, hang in there. Those things need to change because good dads are railroaded. Yes, you got some deadbeats out there, and who support them? I mean, they're a piece of crap. When you have good men taking care of their children, and then you have women that's just being evil and vindictive, and the courts are used as an agent of revenge to these men. And you wonder why men don't want to get married. You wonder why men don't want to have children a lot of times. It's because they see horror stories like this. And they say, man, forget that. They're not taking half my income. They're not putting me up on papers and so forth and so on. And then women at the end of the day that want to get married and want to have families that would never do nothing like that, they lose out. So, you know, I hope Tyrese can get through this because, like I say, brother to brother, I feel you. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories. And also make sure you click the bell so you can get all the notifications when we post a new commentary or live stream.